Entry Log 3. Due to an unfortunate outbreak of the deadly hockey hair virus, Director Coulson has forced me to be quarantined in a SHIELD sub-basement. Even though I've already explained to Director Coulson that I had hockey hair from 1988 to 1991 and thus am immune to the virus, he just doesn't seem to be listening. Oh well, let's get started again.
Howard Stark was able to smuggle himself back into the United States. After finding SSR agents staking out his residence in New York City, Agent Carter was able to sneak Stark into her boarding house via the dumbwaiter. Meanwhile, the SSR managed to track down another Stark contact, a former Nazi colonel turned Nuremberg prisoner Hans Mueller. SSR head Dooley left to track down Mueller and talk to him. Dooley's replacement, Thompson, begins cracking down on the other agents in the wake of Krasminski's death. Back at the boarding house, the reason Stark gave for returning to the country was in order to take inventory on his stolen merchandise that had been recovered by the SSR. For this, he gave Agent Carter a pen camera in order to take pictures of the merchandise. Meanwhile, SSR agent Sousa was able to track down a possible witness to the Lonely Heart incident that took place in the previous episode. The man refused to talk, but Sousa would press on. Meanwhile, after developing the film taken from the pen camera, Stark would inform Agent Carter that she would need to steal one of the inventions back. The device could cause a massive blackout that would take years to reverse. Back with Agent Sousa, he continued to fail to get any information from the witness, even after appealing to their combined veteran status and their shared wounds, some being more visible than others. Eventually, acting head Thompson bribed the man, much to Sousa's chagrin. The witness was able to give a brief description of the two he saw at the shipyard, though it was rather vague. Meanwhile, Agent Carter managed to break into the SSR lab and switch the blackout device with a decoy. However, she actually discovered something more was involved in this device. It turned out to be a vial of Steve Rogers' blood. Stark tried to explain that he intended to utilize Rogers' blood more for its curative and healing abilities, unlike the military, who would just probably utilize the blood in the creation of more super soldiers. Agent Carter didn't believe this and slapped Stark and then left the boarding house in a huff.
In all honesty, I expect this little rift with Stark to be rectified in the next couple of weeks. All in all, though, this really was the best episode of the show so far. You got plenty of Agent Carter actually being Agent Carter and not just squabbling with her male co-workers or her wacky misadventures with her friends at the boarding house. You know, not that those weren't present, but they were at least downplayed enough to not be annoying. All in all, I give this episode a hearty recommendation. Bye.